All eyes are on the Gulf as Beryl continues trekking northwest as a tropical storm. It's still expected to strengthen and become a hurricane before making landfall along the Texas coast overnight Sunday into Monday morning. We are tracking that storm as heavy rains not associated with Beryl caused some street flooding today. This is what it looked like this afternoon along Ella Boulevard near the North Loop. Beryl is set to become the first storm of the hurricane season to make landfall in the U.S. We have live team coverage for you, beginning with meteorologist Pat Kavlin. Pat, what's the latest?
And Beryl may make landfall in the United States as a hurricane. And again, that's going to be Sunday night into early Monday morning. Let's talk about that rain, though, from today. That was unbelievable. A lot of flooding happening out towards the River Oaks and the Heights areas. Look at the rain totals that we got, 2 to 3 inches, but a lot of this fell within about an hour-long period. So it easily overwhelmed a lot of those storm drains going from River Oaks down to Westview. We've got Sunset Boulevard at 2 1/3 inches, nearly 2 1/2 inches for Sackett Street, Bolsover Street 2 inches, Southern Oaks 2.13 inches. So again, big rain total, small amount of time, and a saturated ground, and you got some flooding out there. Those storms just kind of blew up out of nowhere. Big stationary boundary across the city helped to provide the focus for those storms. They dived south, and a lot of folks were asking, is this associated with Beryl? Is this the beginning of what we're going to see the next few days? The short answer is no, but there was an influence. Again, stationary boundary across the city, and we've got tropical moisture flowing in from Beryl, so there was an influence, but it wasn't the direct result. Let's talk about Beryl now. As of the 4 p.m. advisory, 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm looks a lot healthier than it did about 12 hours ago as it came off the Yucatan. Here's the latest forecast cone. Still expecting landfall Monday around sunrise here, middle Texas coast, somewhere between Matagorda Bay and Corpus Christi as a Category 1 hurricane. But notice the city of Houston is in that forecast cone, and this storm can go anywhere inside of that cone. The timing on this is it moves past the city all day Monday, and then it's out of here as we get into Tuesday and the middle part of the upcoming week. So it's a fast moving storm, but it will produce quite a bit of rainfall across the area. Tropical storm warnings now for Chambers, Galveston, Southern Liberty, southeastern Harris County, Brazoria County, Colorado and Wharton counties, and then a hurricane warning in effect right now for Matagorda County as we go through the next few days. So these are the impacts we're expecting. Coastal flooding, again with storm surge, also freshwater rain flooding across the entire area, 2 to 5 feet of storm surge, and an enhanced tornado potential starting tomorrow. So we have a lot to talk about coming up with a full forecast, but here it is. 94 is your high temperature tomorrow with scattered storms. These storms could put down heavy rain, and again, an isolated tornado not out of the question tomorrow and Monday, but the Monday is the main event, Marcelino. We'll talk about that coming up in the full forecast when I see it back here again in 15 minutes.
All right, thanks, Pat. We'll see you in a bit. Stores in Houston are busy tonight with folks stocking up on supplies ahead of the storm. Troy Kless is live at Lowe's near 610 and Beechnut. Troy, what have shoppers been looking for?
Well, Marcelino, of course, when it comes to hurricane prep, there's a lot of items that are at the top of our list. Now, if you take a look behind me, many of them are right here when you walk into the stores, such as generators, gas cans, and bottles of water. So, of course, many of these items are going to come in handy in the event that you might lose power due to the storm. Especially water for drinking and sanitation will be important. We recommend about a gallon per person per day for that, and also batteries for flashlights and small electronics, of course, will be important as well. And of course, a generator to power your home would be good as well. And that's the thing that customers are asking about the most here at this Lowe's location. I spoke with Marquise Page with Lowe's, who offers some key generator safety tips to offer you in the event that you might lose power.
Best safety tip, make sure you are in a ventilated area outside your home. A lot of times I've seen, I can't say it everywhere, but what I've seen in some news is when people take their portable generators, they put it on the inside of the house. But then the carbon dioxide could cause toxic fumes, and that's, that can hurt a family.
Other supplies for after the storm is just as critical. That includes cleaning supplies such as mops, brooms, and paper towels in the event that there might be any flooding that enters your home. And then there's other items like propane for cooking if the power runs out and you still need to be able to cook some fresh food as well. So again, many of these items are also in our KHOU Hurricane Guide, which you can find online as well. Coming up at 10, what are some of these items that people are shopping for? We're going to have more for that story later. Reporting live in Southwest Houston, Troy Kless, KHOU 11 News.
So important to be prepared, Troy. Thanks so much. A local disaster declaration has been declared for Galveston County ahead of Beryl's arrival. Officials say they are anticipating high winds, rain, and coastal flooding. Katira Winfrey spoke with the county judge.
This July 4th weekend in Galveston is bringing in tourists and a threat in the form of Beryl. Authorities are urging caution ahead of its anticipated landfall Monday morning between Port O'Connor and Matagorda.
There is no question we're going to feel something, which is different than the forecast 5 days ago. That's why we always want people to pay attention to credible news sources.
Galveston County Judge Mark Henry says they've been monitoring Beryl's path and expects it to strengthen as it approaches the Texas coast.
That's going to cause impacts here in Galveston County. We're going to have rip currents that are pretty significant. We're going to have flooding.
Right now, the exact measure of Beryl's impact isn't clear, but Henry says expect winds, expect flooding from storm surge and fresh water. He says with flooding concerns, those on Bolivar be on high alert. The ferry will likely be shut down and water may rise over Highway 87, adding a warning for everyone. Beware risks of widespread threats for damage, injury, or worse.
Take these seriously. Hurricanes are not for planning parties. They're for paying attention and having a plan.
Reporting in Galveston County, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
And our weather team is staying on top of Beryl's track and will continue to send out notifications with each new update. Make sure you download the KHOU 11 app so you can get those alerts sent right to your phone. And if you need information on how to prepare for the storm, download our hurricane guide. Just point your phone's camera to the QR code there on your screen. The guide has everything you need to know, including what supplies to have on hand and possible evacuation routes.